Hi Virgo, happy July. I am finally here. 8:38 is loud. I am finally here with your July 2025 reading. Hold on. Okay, sorry. Okay, happy July. Today is 7/11. 7/11, 7 twice. You know, I never really understood what that song ever meant, by the way. But she is a Virgo. You are a Virgo, 111. You're the only sign I'm doing on the 7/11 day. I hope all is well. I hope you had a great week. I missed you guys. You know, let's pray. Let's burn some sage and pray. Let's cleanse away your day, your week, your month, your year, whatever. Where's my lighter? Oh. And let's talk. That's interesting. God, thank you for cleansing, healing, and divine protection. No weapon formed against us shall prosper. Gratitude. Ashe. I'm gonna dance my pain away. I got problems. Some of you, there's a lot of energy stored within the hips that need to be moved around. That's Baltimore club music. Maryland could be significant. Baltimore. Let's pray. God, divine source, angels, ancestors, guides, universe, thank you for allowing me to guide Virgo placements or whoever's called to tap into this energy on their July 2025 monthly reading or whenever. This energy is timeless. God, please bless each and every heart and soul that taps into this energy with me whenever they're guided to do so. Allow us all to be divinely guided and divinely led. No weapon formed against us shall prosper. Thank you for divine insight. Thank you for divine foresight. Thank you for divine protection. No weapon formed against us shall prosper. Gratitude. Ashe. So the theme of this reading, and you know, if you've been tapped in with me, if you're new, welcome. But if you've been tapped in, I felt the need to relight this. So cleansing. I don't know if you've done a cleanse with this Capricorn full moon, but I do feel like if you are cleansing or if there's an intention to cleanse, the full moon peaked yesterday, but the pre-shadow and post-shadow can be felt 3 days before, 3 days after. So the full moon peaked on the 10th, right? Yeah. So we will feel the shadow until the 13th. And on the 13th, which is in 2 days, Saturn goes retrograde. And Saturn is the ruler of Capricorn, right? And we just had the Capricorn full moon. So I do feel like if you are cleansing, again, it is heavily advised. More so focus on purging the trauma and the wounds of the masculine energy. Okay, you know, the masculine energies that you've dealt with, that you've had, you know, friendships, whether platonic, romantic relationships, I'll just say it that way. Men within your bloodline, men that you've just encountered throughout life that have disrespected you. Like, there's a need to really focus on releasing that healing, because it is a blockage toward the feminine energy, the softer energy that we desire to achieve and feel and experience in this lifetime. Okay, now the theme of this is love, and I do feel like this is love on all levels. I feel like you're questioning what love is. Like, what is that truly defined as for you? 444. When it comes to to just love in general, I do feel like now we are in the energy of Mercury retrograde shadow. I'm gonna pull on every transit. I am gonna do a separate all sign for each retrograde that's happening because it is intense. But hold on, where was I going with that? Before the retrograde lives. Give me a second. Spirit, bring me back. Take me back. Thank you. Okay, so when it comes to just love and reflection, yes, we are in the energy of Mercury retrograde, but I feel like there's this closeness that you miss with someone. And I feel like with this closeness, you know, you may feel alienated, you may feel excluded, but I don't know if you necessarily miss this person, but you definitely miss the connection. And, you know, the connections you've experienced throughout life really haven't been the same as whatever that particular connection is, okay? And I do feel like you're desiring, for some of you, it's a yearning for a connection to develop like that again for you in the future. I don't feel like this is with a particular person. I feel like it's with an energy. And you're trying to figure out, you know, I don't know if it's like how to get back there, get back to that feeling. But when it comes to just connections in present day and just, you know, that energy of feeling and missing, I do feel like there's a lot of mirrors that are happening for you. I feel like the mirrors that are being reflected to you are extremely exhausting at this time, respectfully, right? But at the same time, I feel like I'm speaking. So you're definitely looking at the mirrors, you're seeing the reflections, and it's exhausting because it's not something that you want to see. But that's neither here nor there. It's like, you know, as you see the mirrors, you are very aware that, you know, what you don't like needs to change, okay? And this is a reflection of self-accountability as well, in actions and thought processes, but also it's a reflection of inconsistencies. I feel like inconsistencies that you have with relationships, whether friendship or romantic, are a reflection of the inconsistencies that you have with yourself, okay? Also, when it comes to communication with the divine, you know, being in consistent communication when things are good and when they are bad versus just when they are bad, you know. Consistency is a reflection of dedication and hard work as well. And then going into that statement, it's like, I do feel like, you know, a lot of you may think that you are stuck or stagnant in some area of your life, and it's really just a reflection of inconsistency. And you may feel like you have to like keep starting over. And Spirit is like, when do you actually stick to something and follow it through from A to Z? But it's like, you don't have to keep starting over. You just need to remain consistent even when life. And the reason why that's being emphasized is because just in general, we make time for what we want to make time for. We truly do what we want to do, whether, you know, and I'm not speaking out of obligation. I'm speaking out of I'm speaking out of need. I did not intentionally mean to include need, but because need would be tied in with obligation in a sense. Like, you need water. It's an obligation to wash your ass. You know, it's like, anywho, I'm not going to get into the technicalities, but that's bringing me to cleanliness is the next thing to godliness. And it's like, you know, when we, speaking on a human level, when we mess up, when we fall, when we just do something where, you know, you think about it, it's like, damn, I could have done better. Damn, I know I fucked up, right? And it's like, you know, we expect consciously and unconsciously for our spirit team to love and support and endure it with us through it all, whether good, whether bad. But it's like, you don't match that energy with yourself. And that's a reflection of the mirror that's being highlighted as well. And so it's like, if you are feeling this energy of disconnect or loneliness, or just missing a certain connection or energy that you had, where you could really just, flaws and all, right? But it's like, now, honey, the only person you can talk to is yourself, the mirror, the reflection, or the divine. It's more so, it's the biggest and loudest message is come back to yourself. I feel like you've gotten very, very far away from yourself without even realizing it. And I do feel like, you know, with this energy of just feeling like things are at a halt, there's a need to just really just come back to you. I don't know if that makes any sense whatsoever. But let's pull these cards. Okay. Virgo. We're starting with the tarot just to see what's going on in your everyday life. But again, love is the focus. What is that for you? How is it defined for you? What does it look like when it's healthy, when it's unhealthy? Like, it's also like, how far are you willing to go? Or, I don't know. It feels like a question of love and boundaries. Yeah, Judgment. Virgo, July 2025. There's this huge feeling of disconnect though. But it's only that disconnect feeling, it's, yeah, death and rebirth. It's really you versus you to you. It's like your heart wants to connect to your higher and your lower self, but it feels torn in between the two. Cause I really wanna be with you. I'm not trying to sing. Been talking all day. But yeah, Virgo, what's happening? Keep hearing inconsistency. I'm also getting something is right the first take. So you are technically would be the first take for July, because I did Cancer twice and Leo's been done twice, and you were their first sign. Yeah, Eight of Pentacles. That first time's the charm. Let me make sure I can be heard. Hold on. Okay, I can be heard. All right. So, Eight of Pentacles. You're focused in July. Feels like some of you are in the energy of like being tired of your own shit, or just tired of a certain cycle in life, tired of a certain outcome in life, and really realizing the pattern. Some of you could have that app. I don't have that app on my phone. I used to. I deleted it because it wasn't thorough enough for me. Don't mind me. If you have it, you fuck with it, you do what you do, okay? But there's a lot of focus on work, and it's interesting because, as I stated, you could feel disconnected, excluded, separated, and she's in this chair by herself, but she's looking at a green candle, which is the heart chakra. Somebody has a Matters of the Heart reading. I'll share it on the community tab when this is over. But it's like, before you're able to manifest any further, there needs to be a major focus on healing that masculine wound while we are in this energy of the Capricorn full moon, as I mentioned earlier, because Saturn does go into retrograde on the 13th, and we are in the year of the snake. So it's kind of like there's a need to look at the foundations you've laid as well. Because again, before you're able to, with what I just said, before you're able to manifest anything more, there's a need to heal. Healing is a part of the foundation for a stable foundation. And you trying to like slither snake energy when you have the snake, but you trying to slither past that. It's you're noticing the cycle. Okay, yeah, Justice. Let's keep moving. But Nine of Pentacles, Justice, we're onto something here. We go from the 8, the foundation, a new cycle, to the 9. But this is also 9/11. So again, you go from, the tower moment would be the healing, okay? The twin towers falling, okay? Y'all, some of y'all could do the whole twin flames thing. I don't speak on that personally. But you could be one of those that believes in that. No judgment. I'm more so of a soulmates person. But yeah. Teach its own. But there's something about laying proper foundations. And then it's like, again, there's nothing that you truly need to more so restart. The theme is consistency. And 8 energy represents consistency. A lot of people, 8 is very karmic. 8 represents cycles. It represents abundance. 8th house energy. 8th house is taxes, other people's money, shit like that. The occult, death, rebirth, it's Scorpio energy. So for Saturn, the father of the zodiac, to go retrograde on the 13th, okay, which 13 energy really is divine feminine energy. And as I mentioned at the beginning, in order to truly connect with that feminine energy, that softness, that true oneness, alignment, mind, body, soul, spirit, all of the above, feeling fully connected from the top of your crown to the sole of your feet type of energy. It's like being able to walk and be grounded, but yet being able to ascend, elevate, and fly like an angel at the same damn time. Like, that's truly a master of duality, okay? And it may sound far-fetched, but if you think it's far-fetched, it's really just a reflection of the limitation of your imagination. So if you have a limitation within your imagination, but yet you say you desire to be a person with a lot of zeros in their bank account, you need to have no cap, okay? And with that no cap energy, like, you need to stop capping with something, because people are starting to think that you're capped due to the inconsistency. And honestly, baby, this is a message for me too, okay? But Emperor, that's how you put yourself back into place. So I keep getting sidetracked. Reflect on the distractions, okay, and eliminate them. But going back to the original point, you do not need to start over. You need to remain consistent. Stabilize the foundation that you've created. That's what it is. With this Eight of Pentacles, stabilize the foundation, stabilize the cycle. People talk about eights and it just being in a fucking whirlwind cycle of energy. It is a reflection of that, but it's also a reflection of foundations, of generational wealth, the wealth of yours, and what's to come a fruit from you. Okay? Okay. All right, let's move on. Virgo. It's too many. Ace of Cups is on the bottom though. The heart. But no, this... I was getting this message before I went live, and I was really trying to avoid it. And I don't know what he is, okay? And I honestly, I don't... When you speak someone's name, it's power. A lot of you need to watch American Gods, okay? You're advised to watch American Gods throughout July when you can, to help restore your power. I don't know. It'll help heal a masculine wound as well. I don't know. It truly is chess, not checkers, okay? And it's not as simple as I'm making it sound, because it's being emphasized so much. Like, the wound is deep. But y'all know how Diddy changed his name to Love? But he changed his name so many times, right? Because, honey, it was Puff Daddy, it was P. Diddy. I don't fucking know, okay? But I do recall, I don't know, the one that stands out to me is Love. But then it's like, when you reflect on the character of the individual, everyone has their own opinions, but your whole theme is, what is love to you? How is that defined? Like, what does it look like? What does it feel like? What is it a reflection of? That's a thing, right? And then it's like, for him to move into that energy and change his name into that, to reflect a specific perception, when it's like, you're wanting to reflect that light, but your shadow is very fucking loud type of energy, right? And it's like that love and light, or whatever the fuck you're trying to reflect, like your demons are haunting that energy type, right? So with that being said, to take that away, just take the story for what it is, okay? But to bring it back to you on a personal note, it's like, you keep thinking you have to change. And it's like, what are you following through from A to Z? And A to Z means also, when things are not moving forward, when things seem to be at a fucking deadbolt, lockdown, right? What are you doing to still maintain momentum? It's like going back to 2020 vision, okay? The fucking pandemic happened, right? The pandemic happened. A lot of us got real creative, okay? Honey, there was a stagnation. Yes, checks was coming in, it came when they came. But when it came to time, people that utilized their time wisely, they made something out of the stagnation. So it's like, you get to this point where you've invested. Now we're just here, okay? We're just here at this overhead. Don't look at my nails, baby. My birthday is coming up. It's about to get straight, okay? But we're looking at this overhead, right? And it's like, well, damn. I'm trying to manifest more. I'm trying to get more. Again, you do have a cap on something. Whether you could not be speaking this, you could be like, you know, my abundance is unlimited, whatever the case may be. But mentally, baby, you have a cap. Okay, so it's like you're at this cap. You're at this tower, this arch, right? Okay, and you're trying to tap into your higher self. Like, okay, higher self, where do we go from here, right? What does my heart want next? But it's like you already have all of these tools, all of these fucking resources to cook something new up without you having to go out and get more. But I don't know. It's also like, what is enough for you, Virgo, at the same damn time? And I feel like that question is very adamant for you because you are the only human sign. And it's like the more that humans tend to progress in this 3D realm, it's like enough is not enough. We need more. We need more. We need more. When the fuck is enough enough? And not to say that you should have a limit, but when you're always searching for more, when is there a time to really stop and say thank you? In this moment of stillness, is your heart overflowing with gratitude? Can you gratitude for what has come and what is to come? Okay, the lessons, the pain, do you see what works for you? Like, this is a time to really, it's like if you really want to materialize, you need to go back to your notes. I don't know, I'm saying fucking notes. Like where you dot your I's and cross your T's, where you wrote the vision and made it plain, whatever the fuck. I don't know, but you need to go back. And you may need to go back 5 to 8 years, okay, with that 2020 vision and this 8 of Pentacles. But let's move on. Yeah, it's like you're in this energy of confusion, but you're not confused. You're in this energy of, well, maybe I'm not that person. Okay, I was about to say not that bitch, not that nigga, but you know, not everybody's that. But maybe I'm not that person. Maybe I'm not as powerful or as strong as, or whatever the fuck that I think I am, that you have affirmed that you are so many fucking times. And it's like this energy needs to end. It needs to die off, okay? And it's, yeah, it's creating an imbalance. I'm just pulling from the bottom of the deck, trying to see at the same damn time. But it's like, instead of you being discontent, there's a need to just go back. Just go back, reflect. Not to say you have to physically walk back, but truly reflect. It's like a lot of you just would rather forget about the past when the past is so important to your path of the present for you to move forward. It's all connected for a reason, like a spider's web. For a lot of you, if you're seeing spiders or just walking into spider webs or just seeing the reflection, like it's truly all connected. The pain and the pleasure, okay? Let's just keep trying to get another card outside of these two. I just keep talking. I feel like you have a lot to say, but you're not saying much at all. But I'm also getting controlled environment, so you could definitely be controlling. Yeah, I hear controlled speech. The hearts. What else is yeah, just thank you, God. 9 of Wands. You're very defensive, but you feel like you need to be. Yeah. I don't know if it's like defensive or just being overly protective at this time. It's one of the two. But Page of Cups just flew mostly on top of the 8 of Pentacles, but between the 8 of Pentacles and the Emperor. So this is being disconnected, you know, too much in your head and not grounded enough. But 9 of Wands is stand your ground, no matter what. It's like this Emperor is like, remember who the fuck you are, know who the fuck you are. Maybe, I don't know. And going back to the energy of the mirrors that you're seeing are exhausting. I feel like these mirrors are all reflections of your lower self and not your highest self. So there's an illusion. Shit, making me emotional. But yeah, that's where your sister sign Pisces, Neptune. Hold on. And Neptune is currently retrograde right now, so the illusion is being broken. But it's like the reflections of the mirrors are reflections of your lower self, the pain, the trauma, the fears, all of that. And then it's like, well, damn, I thought I did all of this work, all of this healing. But it's like, due to the mirrors that you're seeing, it's like I'm seeing whiteout. Like how when you mess up, you use whiteout to clear it out and write over top of it. You don't even need to white out. I don't know, but let's keep going. Yeah, the Hierophant, recommit. You have the 4 to the 5. Emperor, Hierophant. I do feel you are being tested for sure. But it feels like a test of like, can you truly handle it? I hear Can You Handle It by Usher. And if you think about, if you know the lyrics to that song, when they say, can you handle it if I go there with baby with you? We gonna set it off. We gonna tear it up. Baby, can you handle? So, but he's saying that in a sexual, sensual way. But if you think about the words itself, we gonna set it off. We gonna tear it up. That could also, it's like, you know, it's a flip of a coin. But baby, can you handle if it's truly set off and torn up, you know? Can you survive the hurricane? Okay? Because, baby, I drove through the tropical depression, okay, in fucking North Carolina. Thank God it decreased to a tropical depression. I forgot what was after it. But I had no idea. And I was just sunny skies, okay? Sunny skies on the drive, and then the sky changed. And I was stuck in that shit, okay? And then the fucking GPS kept trying to reroute me. I got off the fucking highway. It took me down a road. The tree was just completely down on the ground. It was pitch black dark, okay? I had to turn around, and honey, I was in North Carolina, and it's just me in North Carolina, baby. Me in the Carolinas. I don't know what happened in past lives, but baby, it's some, I don't know. Anywho, moving on. So, get back on the fucking highway. Honey, the fucking GPS takes me back off of the highway. The fucking floods, like the floods are it was, yo. I panicked. And then I made it to my destination safely. And it made me think about all of the times where, honey, I just panicked, okay? And shit like that. I don't know how to swim, okay? So it's just, honey, baby, yeah, I panicked. But it made me think about all the times I panicked in life and how I've been carried through. Like, it was like, shit, that shit was intense. It was intense. I was yelling, I was cussing, I was praying. I was like, fuck this shit. It's always some fucking shit. And it truly do always be some shit. But we made it through. And then, you know, it came to my attention, like, I've been very focused on, you know, it's a 9-year, it's endings, right? Also 9 is the Hermit, Virgo energy, your energy. The nodes are transiting with you and Pisces right now. All of that shit, right? But at the same time, 9 is Oya energy, right? She's known as the mother of 9. And she's also, you know, the mother of storms, right? And it's interesting because she's been a deity that I've connected to just throughout life. I don't know, I haven't been through no initiation. I just be connecting, okay? They pull up, I say what's up, okay? Type of energy, and I honor it and I respect it, okay? But anywho, I've noticed that I really have not honored or respected that. And then 9 is about birthing, but there's, you know, you do all this preparation, you go through the training, right? Just a mother going through birth, you know. And yes, you know, you go through the morning sickness, you get through it, right? You have your highs, you have your lows, but when it's time for that new life, honey, it becomes extremely painful. And she lost 9 children, right? So, damn, it's making me emotional again. But going back to the energy of the mirror showing you what you don't want, okay? And we want it to be a 6-9 equilibrium type of energy. But underneath that is this. The trap side, right? The cycle. I feel like with this test, because like I said, you're being tested. I feel like you speak of, you know, the light being at the end of the tunnel. You know, Spirit shows you the rainbows, which are always a sign of hope and life after the storm. But, and you know, it starts to negate the entire message. However, but, you know, when it comes to being in the midst of trial and tribulation, you are unable to remain grounded in that energy in the moment. And it's one thing, yes, it's always good, but better late than never, right? But to be able to own it in the moment is true power. Own it in the moment, okay? And what's in between these two is the Nine of Wands. So with this Nine of Wands, yes, it's fire energy, but I feel like it's a representation of summer solstice for you personally, okay? This is a theme for you throughout summer. Summer is June through fucking September, 6-9. So love and the heart is a focus. And the pain that's attached to that. Okay? Lord, 30 minutes. I've been talking for 30 minutes already. All right, anything else from the tarot before we move on? All right, Seven of Cups. In reverse, we got some clarity. Praise the Lord. Let's look into these transits real quick. Again, it's just a preview. I'm going to pull one card each transit. We're going to cover them separately. I have a lot of making up to do, but it's really not making up. It's inconsistencies to make up for. All right, so all of these are in the description as well, but let's run it through. Venus in Gemini for Virgo. That shift happened July 4th. Thank you. Neptune retrograde in Aries for Virgo happened July 4th as well. That's interesting. All right, Uranus in Gemini shifted 7-7. Uranus in Gemini for Virgo. I'm gonna leave that like that. Capricorn full moon for Virgo, which was yesterday. Capricorn, thank you. Very interesting. Saturn retrograde for Virgo, which starts on the 13th. Thank you. Mercury retrograde for Virgo starts on the 18th in Leo. Sheesh, Louise, Virgo. Leo new moon for Virgo, which is on July 24th. Chiron retrograde in Aries for Virgo, which is on July 30th. Ooh. And then Venus in Cancer for Virgo, which is also July 30th. I don't know if I did this for the other signs, but I'm going to do it for you. But hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Leo season for Virgo placements, which starts on the 22nd. Very interesting. Okay. All right. Again, this is just a sneak preview. We're going to run through it real quick. Then get back to the general message. So Venus in Gemini transit, which began July 4th, you have Dance Portal, Let Go. It's not funny. It's not funny. Okay. But with Let Go, so I said, what did I say? I'm going to dance my pain away. I got problems. And that's Baltimore club music. And I said you have energy stored in your hips. So releasing that would be Dance Portal, Let Go. But it came out in reverse. So for this Venus in Gemini, it's reflecting the pain. Your body is reflecting the pain that you have been holding on to. And, you know, when certain parts of the body begin to have its reactions, what we think is the root of it is not the root of it, okay? For instance, you know, when it comes to ear, neck, and throat, you know, one side could be hurting, but the issue is on the other side. It's the opposite effect. So it's like, you know, Gemini 2 minds energy, your body. If you've been having back problems, hip problems, foot problems, shit is just aching, okay? You could be stretching, working out. You could be very active out here, but it's like, you know, pain that you usually don't experience is coming up. It's letting you know that you are still holding on to shit that you may think that you have let go, but it's at this point, it's starting to fester up inside to disperse, okay? So this Venus in Gemini is showing where you hoard pain, through your body for you to release. All right. Moving on, Neptune retrograde in Aries, you have initiation in reverse. Now, Neptune is the ruler, in addition to Jupiter, of your sister sign, Pisces, right? But with initiation in reverse, it's going back to the conversation of feeling stuck, right? And again, the pain or no. We're gonna go, they're showing me the Eight of Pentacles. So to go back to the Eight of Pentacles and wanting to manifest more, but the foundation needs to be reaffirmed, refurbished, I don't fucking know, okay? But with the initiation, and this is also connected to inconsistency as well. You're not able to reach the next peak until you're able to truly release the distractions, know when the distractions are coming up, know when it's time to grind, know when it's time to play. It's like work hard, play hard. There's an imbalance with that for you. And Neptune retrograde in Aries, and Aries is first house, you, self, okay? How others perceive you, but it's more so you, okay? The initiation of your entire birth chart. This is initiation. So whatever you have in the first house, that energy, that archetype is being highlighted for you to get to work and be consistent on refining that, keeping that energy up, okay? And for some of y'all may watch Keeping Up with the Kardashians. I don't, okay? But when I said keeping up with the Kardashians came up in my mind. So it's like, you know, you could be keeping up on what other people are doing, but you're not even keeping up with yourself, okay? Type of energy. All right, and this could be, you know, mentally, physically, spiritually, whatever the case may be. And as I say that, I feel like you want to be kept. Again, there's a reflection of inconsistencies with yourself. So if you want to be kept, you have to keep yourself. Okay? All right. Now, Uranus in Gemini transit, baby, this is where it gets interesting, okay? So the Uranus in Gemini, which started 7-7, you could definitely be seeing 777 a lot, and this Capricorn full moon are heavily connected, okay? Let me show you why. Because the way these cards came out, on top of each other, intersecting one another, okay? So specifically for Uranus in enters Gemini, you have Inquiry the Solitude. And then for the Capricorn full moon, you have Magic Alignment. But you see how they're connecting. Magic Alignment, this hand, Destiny, the palm, Destiny, Solitude. So this is literally a intersecting of light and darkness. Literally, okay? No face, no case. But this is coming to life, okay? It's like hand out of the ground type of energy. But they are working together. So Uranus represents radical change, right? And again, it's in Gemini, okay? In addition to Venus being in Gemini. And this is matters of the heart for you. So it's you have this, I don't know how the fuck you do it. But it's like the way you draw a line. You have a very thick line. Like they're showing me someone with the thickest fucking stick, okay? Drawing this deep, thick ass line, right? And between light and darkness, right? It's like there's a whole circle, and as thick as this selenite is, it's like you split it, all right? But again, it's meant to be intersected, connected. And then when energies come into your life, you know, guides come into your life, you know, angels decide to show up in human form. However your spirit team needs to work for you to connect the dots, okay? For this intermingling, this intersecting, I don't know why the word intersecting is just so heavy right now, to take place. It's like you start to draw that thick fucking line and you're like, no, this needs to be over here and this needs to be over here. Or it's like you're just excessive in one area and deficit in another area, okay? I don't know, but again, the theme is imbalance. So for some of you, there is fucking, you manifest better in solitude. You manifest better, confirmation, in hermit mode. You're a fucking Virgo, okay? You are hermit. So when it comes to people not being in your business, we running it up, okay? But when it comes to, it's interesting because there's a time and place for everything, and I'm getting there's a time and place for self, and there's a time and place for community. But right now, you got too many people. You know how like when certain places lay a foundation, and then you have like handprints or like footprints. It's like there's too many footprints in your cement. And your semen is drying, right? But honey, the only fucking footprints that are supposed to be in this is yours. But yeah, you want to invite all of these motherfuckers is what I hear on behalf of your spirit team. When no, okay? So you keep trying to separate when you need to integrate, okay? Let's move on. Saturn retrograde in Aries, baby. You have bliss, trust in reverse, you know, baby. Again, inconsistencies with yourself. This is all about you. All about you for real, okay? Inconsistencies with yourself, distrusting yourself. I do feel like, how do I say this? Because it's like everything you disbelieve in, spirit is being reflected back to you. Literally. Every doubt that you speak to spirit is being reflected back to you. Every negative thing that rolls off of your tongue, again, what you speak of life, what you speak of death. You know, spirit affirms the light, but that's not what's being highlighted. It's the darkness is being highlighted. And it's like you may think, I don't know, oh, it's just conversation, oh, it's cool. But words hold power. This is why I like, honey, do not ever call yourself dumb, stupid, even if it's just to play off the situation. Do not ever disrespect yourself like that. And when you disrespect yourself like that, spirit reflects that back to you. It's interesting. Like, you're also not trusting. So going back to, it's like, you know, you've affirmed yourself. You know that you're this type of being, but with what's being reflected to you, it's making you feel like you haven't done any work. And we still, the music back. With trust, just because you experience pain does not mean all is lost. Remember that always. Just because you have a bump in the road, just because things stop for a second, just because you experience something that is not going your favor, first of all, it doesn't mean the world is over. It doesn't mean that you're being punished. But as long as you are living life, there is always a lesson to learn. There's always something to be taught. Do not ever stop being the student. That's when spirit really closes the door, okay? When you can no longer become teachable, it's maybe master the duality of student teacher at the same damn time. Okay, we got a fucking iPhone fucking upgrade. We get one how many times a year? A consistent upgrade every fucking app. We have to consistently upgrade on our phones. Like, don't. I feel like a lot of you may want to, it's like fall in line with the times too. What, I don't know what the fuck that means, okay? Because I'm not falling in line with no motherfucking times. But I don't know what the fuck that means for you personally, okay? I don't know. But yeah, let's move on. Mercury retrograde in Leo. Balance, chaos is in reverse. Watch your tongue. That's the theme. Throat chakra. Yeah, watch your tongue. With balance, chaos in reverse, I do feel like Mercury retrograde, you may feel like you are being attacked, under attack. Somebody got it out for you. But you know how they say new levels, new devils? The bigger the reward, the bigger the battle. I just feel like these are intense tests. And it's like, for a lot of you, you could be going, because I'm getting like, you could be in this energy of like, because how can you be overly protected, right? Honey, in this day and time, baby, you gotta stay on your P's and Q's, okay? But with like, you could be doing a lot of protection intention, a lot of protection work, but that is not the issue. Like, your spirit is testing the fuck out of you, okay? And I can confirm this is spirit because you got Nana Baruku here, okay? The mother of the ancestors. So, but we're going to get to that. So this is This is spirit testing, okay? Honey, when shit seems to be out of order, chaotic, okay? This shit going wrong, this shit going wrong. And I'm not the type of person, you know, live your life in Mercury retrograde, okay? I'm not the type, no. No, because with God on your side, you can move different. Not everybody can do it, but you have to have discernment, okay? And honey, if you lead with the divine, okay, you become safe. All right. And some of y'all be in illusion with that, but that's a whole nother conversation, okay? And when no, that's not a whole nother conversation. When I say that, it's like people that leading with the divine is all faith, okay? And then trusting the signs and going along with that despite the world's narrative, okay? That's true faith. So if you don't have that, then I'm really not talking to you in regards to that, okay? There's some fear you need to overcome. I feel like for those of you, and respectfully, it's like and I always say, if you disrespect the planets will disrespect you. Energy is energy, okay? When people play with your name, you don't like that shit. So why do people like to play with Mercury retrograde's name? Okay, that's not okay. You want to play, Mercury will play with you. You don't like it, do you? Okay? Every time it's some shit, right? But yet you keep saying the same disrespectful shit about the energy every fucking season, every time it comes around. So when you start to put some respect and honor, just as you treat people how you want to be treated, the same, it's all energy. Everything is fucking energy. Praying is a fucking energy. Gossiping is a fucking energy. It's all energy. So again, what you're putting out, especially the negative aspect, spirit is reflecting back to you, shining the light. You don't like that. So whatever you think you need to protect, you are divinely protected. Let me be clear, okay? And I'm ensuring eye contact throughout this message right now. You are divinely protected, okay? You are. Unless you just choose to forget all your fucking 42 laws and morals and values or whatever the fuck, okay? But currently you're good. But these spiritual tests, like you really want to achieve true wealth, can you handle it? Okay, Can you? When it seems like everything is falling apart, and truly, with everything is falling apart, is that a truth or just a reflection? Okay, I hear temptations, just my imagination running away. So spirit is showing you how powerful your thoughts are as well, how powerful the imagination is as well. And you do have a powerful imagination because your sister sign is fucking Pisces. And that Neptune imagination, honey, if you have the vision, the passion, and you put in the work, that's a 369 energy right there. Okay, baby, where are we at? Oh, okay. Leo season. You have crystal silicone technology. So this is like a clear quartz type of crystal, but there's a baby in here. It's in reverse. So somebody could be having a baby in Leo season. Side note, for others of you, I do feel like if you've been holding something in, it's about to be expressed, okay? The inner lion within you is about to roar, respectfully. Especially, you know, the sun, with the sun being a Leo, and Leo is ruled by the sun, honey, nothing can hide, okay? Nothing can hide. Moving on. Leo new moon, baby, we have witch metaverse, okay? So you're alchemizing. I do feel like that inner child spark, going back to like, you know, getting creative in 2020, which really is, Leo is the 5th house inner child. And then you had that 5 energy with the Hierophant, which is Taurus energy, sister earth sign, but Taurus energy is 2nd house energy. Your shit, your money, how you produce, right? So I do feel like this Leo new moon, I'm getting combining new ingredients. Take that how it resonates, but I feel the need to leave that alone for now. But something is definitely alchemizing on behalf of you. Like you're putting in work towards something. Chiron retrograde, you have Nanaruku, the ancestors, healing. I do feel like Your feminine ancestors are going to be very loud throughout this Chiron retrograde. I also feel like if you have ancestors in urns, they want to be released, okay? We haven't talked about that in a very long time, but it's coming up with this, with the way that it's like holding on for dear life, okay? It is a sign of protection, but it is also a sign of, you know, being trapped and tethered to this realm for them to be free. But again, your feminine ancestors are loud. The grandmothers are very, very loud, whether alive or both, alive and deceased, okay? Whatever memories you have, whatever reminds you of them is going to be very active throughout the Chiron retrograde transit. I feel like you're being asked to, for some of you, continue, for some of you to start something. You know how like people start to pass things down throughout the lineage and shit like that? Like, I don't know. There's the maternal instinct is activated. If you are masculine energy, and you are seeking partnership, I do feel like your feminine ancestors, your grandmothers specifically, I hear the greats of the greats, but they're assisting in choosing your counterpart. They're very protective of that assignment. Okay. Okay. But also Chiron retrograde as well, you could be reconnecting with your past lives and really noticing where you may have failed, which is why you've reincarnated here currently, okay? Because, honey, to be in this shit, you cannot tell me that you ain't been here before, okay? To be experiencing what the fuck is going on outside, all right? And then last but not least, we have Venus entering Cancer. You have freedom in reverse. I feel like when Venus moves into Cancer, you're going to clarify what love is for you. Conditional and unconditional. It's gonna clarify so much, and where you thought you were able to truly express yourself, you're gonna realize just how much you've been in a controlled environment and how you've been controlling your own love towards yourself and towards others. Okay? All right. Where are we? Okay. Let's see what else you have to say to, who am I doing? Virgo for July. But some of y'all, like, you really need, I don't know if you go out or whatever. I don't go out, but you really need to, like, when I say dance, like, you need to, like, reggae. Like, there needs to be, I don't know, I'm talking about no fucking classical, okay? I'm talking about, like, you need to move the hips, okay? You need a dirty wine, fucking do some squats. I don't know. But no, squats is not enough. You need to move the hips, okay? I don't know. Horn cactus, resourcefulness. You're very, this came out for another sign, but for you, it's giving, you can be very protective of yourself at this time. I don't know. It's protection is loud. But it's like you feel an energy lurking too. I don't know. All right, so you have initiation in reverse again. We're going to dig into it. You have horn cactus, resourcefulness, overflow, overwhelm, and plenty. Your cup overflows. Whether you want to acknowledge this or not, I don't know what you're experiencing right now, what you're growing through, but you have an untapped in resource and reservoir, and your cup truly overflows, okay? I want you to listen to me carefully, okay? I'm really concerned about what your first, I'm not concerned, but I'm curious, that's the better word, of what your first thought would be. But abundance is beneath you, okay? Let me clarify what that means. So you could be the type, you know, very focused on money manifesting, money affirmations, you know, like trying to accumulate and maintain. But it's already yours. So to put so much energy into that, when really Spirit just wants you to be consistent with yourself, it's like what you are so primarily focused on right now. Like again, Neptune retrograde is highlighting what needs to be dispelled for you. And Scorpio has a reading called When This Energy Comes Up, You Need to Dispel Them or some shit like that. But damn, I forgot the other. Oh, Matters of the Heart is the other one. But where was I going with this? Like, you don't need to do all that, okay? The problem is that you're not consistent with yourself, and with you being inconsistent with yourself, you're inconsistent with God, you're inconsistent with anything that you put energy into. And if you do think that you're consistent, or if you're showing consistency, it's not the best of the best that you have to bring to the table each time that you show up. It's not. I hear it's mediocre. So it's like, keep up. You don't know how to keep up. I don't know. Let's dig into initiation in reverse. And this is the crossing, okay? Initiation in reverse. Again, you need to intersect, okay? Why is initiation in reverse? Guardian of Venus is on the bottom. It's really giving like, you need to heal something. I feel like you need more life in your home. You need more color. Initiation in reverse, Virgo. King of Pentacles. I hear T.I. saying about the money. Five of Wands. You keep trying to do something with people, and that's a no-no. So you have the King of Pentacles, I'm good, okay? Then when other people are involved, what the fuck? And then it's like you end up still having to do it all on your own. That's a representation of initiation in reverse. So it's like, why don't you trust that you're good on your own? And when God says wait, when things get hard, it's like you don't believe that you can pull yourself up, but yet you've been doing it each and every fucking time. But you keep forgetting. Here's the Matrix. You want to blame it on the Matrix. No, you're forgetting. What song is that? Lil Wayne says, forgetful motherfucker. It's on the end of a dedication song on a dedication album. You forgot? What song is that? I don't know. But Nine of Cups. Wish fulfillment on your own. So to get through this initiation on your own. I'm not saying, you can't get the guidance or whatever. You will have the resources. First of all, you have everything that you need. But if you need a reminder, if you need a spirit guide in human form, you will get that. But there's you become codependent and need that. Woo, that's the problem. In need, you become codependent. And you start to lose faith and trust in yourself and your strength and your courage, okay? And I feel like Leo season gonna help remind you who the fuck you are, okay? Okay, period. Let's move on. Yeah. I feel like, people got you fucked up because you got you fucked up. It's a mirror. It's all a mirror. Yeah, treasures hidden in the shadows. No. But then you have Dust Devil moving out of stagnation. I do feel like you're playing too nice in this situation. I hear a bitch, I'm on demon time. And I'm not saying you should be on demon time, but the song. What song is that? And the whole song is playing in my head. I can't think of the name. Anywho. That's neither here nor there. Hold on, one more with this, please. Because it feels like you're afraid to show your shadow. I don't know what it is resonating. It's like you're scared to call judgment too. It's like your ancestors, they be ready, okay? Like the song Ready with Trouble, by Trouble or whatever. No, not to disrespect by saying or whatever, but it's a song called Ready by Trouble. Okay. Um but it's like you're scared to call judgment, right? It's like, you know, it's like spirit, it's like you, I don't know, the amount of grace you give to people, you definitely don't give to yourself. The compassion, because it's like, you know, I know what I could do, but it's like you would rather just get beat up. I don't know. And then, but saying that sounds like you're being attacked, but I do feel like you got, you know, it's, you got some energy is fucking lurking. It been lurking, is lurking, ain't gonna stop lurking. Okay. Yeah, Watcher is transpersonal, but it's in reverse, honey. It's definitely giving no face, no case. Okay. Heavy, no face, no case. Honey, they like the motherfucking CIA out this bitch, how they're operating, no face, no case. Okay. You ain't gonna know. Intuitively, you may. Physically, no. Okay. Um, but whoever is disrespecting you, when there's no need for disrespect, you don't handle that. And again, it's like you allow yourself to be bullied energetically, spiritually. You know when people are playing with you. And then it's like, okay, the only you have that, it's the only human sign shit, okay? Virgo, I get it. You know, you are a reflection of what would Jesus do, especially when you're high vibrational. You are, okay? But the problem is you let people play with you, and then you have the nerve to be mad when things go too far versus you nipping some shit in the bud, okay? It's like you don't need physical proof all the time. That's that going back to that 8 energy. We talked about this on Instagram a couple of years ago, but seeing it to believe it versus believe it to see it. You be having to see it to believe it. What happened to believing it to see it? When did we get lost? Bring it back, reel it back. Somebody's fishing, y'all going fishing. Yeah, the authentic self, clarify. Yeah, you're holding back. The authentic self in reverse, clean that shit up. Why are you scared of your shadow? That's what the fuck, you're scared of your own fucking shadow? And for a lot of you, your response is, I'm not scared, I just know what it can do. Okay. So why are you scared? I don't know. You're not taking control of your reality, or you're allowing people to play with you. And then again, you want to be upset when people don't take you seriously. It don't work like that. It's energy, okay? I really can't iterate that enough. It's energy. Yeah, never ending story. I keep saying this is a song that never ends, that needs to have that at the piano at the end, okay, to never be heard of again, okay? It's like you be whiting out the wrong shit. It's not funny, but that is. You be whiting out the wrong shit. I gotta bring this to a close. Damn. All right, close this out. Yeah, all that glitters in reverse, and then peace. The extras, you hear extra, extra. Honey, they're fucking up. It's too many footprints in the foundation. Do you have anything to say to Virgo to bring us to a close? So I could really keep going. Moon emotions in reverse, and then you have rainbow hope. Everybody needs to go back to July 2023, okay? I don't know why. I don't know what the fuck happened in July 2023, what transit, I don't know. But this is 23, and rainbow hope, inner child, the refrigerator. You see the rainbow? We talked about the rainbow. You are holding in a lot of energy, a lot of pain, and let it go. Release it, honey. Even if you gotta cry a river, honey, you've been crying a river, but you ain't been releasing shit. Cry and release at the same damn time. Both are possible. People be, I know it's TMI, but it's real ass shit, okay? People be shitting and pissing at the same damn time, okay? Close this out for Virgo. But it's true. All right, you have the Six of Air, the Six of Swords. Things are looking up, the end of a difficult situation, taking a trip. I feel like if you are taking a trip, it needs to be like a solo local. Y'all be drinking I saw some Four Locos in the store the other day. I mean, that was back in my 20s, but solo short trips, yeah. But that's the second time you got the Six of Swords. So travel is definitely a theme, or just spending time near water if you're not traveling. But go outside, connect with the animals. You have life experience in reverse, which is a Tower, a significant life event, a powerful revelation that leads to change, time to spread your wings. It's in reverse because your fears are being highlighted. You're truly scared of your shadow, and that needs to intertwine and intersect. Anything else for Virgo before I end this? That means no, but I'll read it. The Moon, Archangel Haniel, important psychic insights, events behind the scenes, release the fears that hold you back, but it was in reverse. So your majors are in reverse, and then you have the Wheel of Fortune in reverse. But the Six of Air and the Seven of Air are here upright, and then you have the fucking Chariot reverse, okay? So the minor arcana is your everyday life. The major arcana is major life changes, significant events, cycles that are shifting. You are so in your head. I don't know what's transiting your air placements in your chart right now. But again, these transits in Gemini, because we started with Venus in Gemini, and plans that need revision. But you're ending with the World upright. You have 777 here, but it's in reverse. There's something's has not been learned. There's a lesson on repeat, but you have four majors in reverse, which represents stability, your foundation. I feel like you always start something on your own, and then you try to invite in help, and then shit gets fucked up, and then you have to start again. But again, it's not about starting over this time. It's about maintaining and refining what you already have and creating a consistent structure. The Wheel in reverse is inconsistent structure. Life experience, you're not experiencing the change and the true divine intervention that you're asking for, because you're not consistent on the cycle of forward movement. But yeah, it's like you want to take a vacation, you want to celebrate, but yeah, you're not truly putting in the work to achieve the faith that you have of the dream that your third eye shows you. Does that make sense? I hope that makes sense, but I'm going to end it there. I love you. God bless you. Y'all will have me all day tomorrow, okay? So I will see you on Saturn day. Bye. Like the video, please. Toodles.